Heathlands at home, guys. We are back with another origami tutorial for you. So this week, as our new activity packs are going to be supported by the Cumbria Wildlife Trust, I thought we would do something along a nature theme. So what we've got are these little bouncing frogs or toads. So if I press down and see, you can see they bounce. They kind of leap in the air. Whoop. So what you need for this is your square origami paper, which will be provided in your pack, and your googly eyes, which we should also be sending along in your envelopes for you. So if we move things out the way, just put our frogs, toads back, whatever you like to call them. And we've got a piece of origami paper. This green doesn't show up very well, does it? I think we'll use, oh, I don't know. No, that doesn't show up very well either. Should we make a colourful frog? Let's make a blue frog. There we go. That shows up easier, doesn't it? So, this fold is quite a bit more complicated than one we've done before. And it's not because the instructions are too difficult to understand, it's just these little guys, yeah, tiny compared to the piece of paper you're starting with. So the folds on these, the paper gets quite thick. So you can see that's what causes the frog to be able to leap and jump. So that's a little guy there. If I turn him over, you can see his little legs and his belly underneath. So to start off with, what we need to do, if you've got traditional origami paper like me, is you need to turn it to the wrong side of your paper. So the right side is always your colourful side, your wrong side is always your plain white side. If you've got colourful paper that's the same colour on either side, it doesn't matter which way you start. So first things first, we're going to fold our paper in half. So join those corners together and make a nice crisp crease. And unfold it again. So we've got that nice crease line up the middle there. And now what we're going to do is we're going to fold it in half again the other way. Making sure those points meet together nice and neat. And again, another firm crease. Now this time, we're not going to open it up again. What we're going to do with the open side on your left-hand side here, we're going to take the top and we're going to fold it down to the middle. So that crease line that you made earlier in the middle, we're going to fold it down to there. And again, trying to make sure that our corners stay nice and neat and crisp together. And fold that down. And this one we're going to open up again. So you should have two crease lines now. One halfway and one a quarter of the way down from the top. Now we're going to take our top right hand corner and fold it down to the midpoint on that crease there. So all fairly straightforward and simple to begin with. Just going to fold that down, make sure it's nice and neat. Open it up again and do the exact same thing the opposite way. So fold that corner down to meet in the midpoint of this fold here. So I'm going to open that up again, and now you should be able to see we've kind of got a cross with a line through it. What we're going to do now is, you could fold it down like this again, but what we want to do while we fold it down there is we want to tuck these bits inwards. So we fold it in like that. So we're going to form the point of his nose. So what you'll have made by folding that down like so. So you can see these side bits go inwards and this top bit comes down flat. Should look like a little house. So I'll just show you that one more time. From that flat bit there, where we've got the cross with the line going through it, we're tucking those sides in and folding this down to make the little house. The next step is to fold this bottom edge up to meet the roof of the house. So just straight up, fold that bit in half, basically, to make them meet. So now, it's like you've got a little bungalow. Now what you need to do is turn your work, and you'll see you've got these kind of flappy bits either side. What we want to do is we want to fold this in, but not including the top flappy bits. We want to move that kind of out the way and then fold the rest of this into the middle, like so. So you see you're left with this little point. So if I bring this closer, what I did was I kind of lifted this up and then I folded that inside there and put it back down. What we're going to do is repeat that step on the other side. So turn your work, lift the flap up and fold it into the middle, like so. Don't worry about it being a little unneat underneath here, because this is his belly and it won't be seen once he's finished. So what you should have now kind of looks a bit like an arrow. This is where it starts to get a little more tricky, because the paper's starting to get thick. And because it gets thicker, it means it's slightly more difficult to fold. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to zoom in with the camera just so you can see this all in a bit more detail. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going from our arrow, we're going to turn our work back so his head or his nose is pointing upwards, and we're going to fold this bottom bit halfway up again to meet the bottom of that triangle. And as I say, this is getting quite thick, so you can use quite a bit of pressure to press that down. Now what we need to do, now that we've folded that up, now I've just opened this up and it looks a little bit messy inside, so what I'm going to do is just trying to fix that a little bit so it folds a bit neater. There. Now what we need to do is these points here, we're going to fold down on the diagonal to meet the middle point at the bottom. So we're going to fold that one down, and we're going to fold this one down. So this bit here that we're doing, folding these down, this is going to create his legs. Now this is the tricky bit. We need to fold this out, so we're going to kind of pull it like this, but while pushing the middle up, and then we're going to press it down again. Now that is a bit of a complicated fold to do, so what I'm going to do is do it one more time for you. So you're at that point where you've folded these flaps down. You're going to pull this out and push the middle up, then press it back down again. So you should have an arrow which has got a point at the bottom. So these are going to become his back legs. Now what we need to do is make his front legs too. So his front legs, it's a bit simpler. From the middle here, you take this left hand point and pull it up. And you do exactly the same with the right hand point from the centre and fold it up. And that creates his front legs. his back legs, we're going to fold them out as well, just like that. So left one gets folded out and right one gets folded out. Now, what you kind of have going on, it looks a little bit like a windmill. And this, if you just left it as it is, does actually make a sweet little frog on its own. But he doesn't jump, he doesn't bounce. So to make him bounce, what you're going to do is, first of all, you're going to fold him in half along here. So this central point here where all of his legs meet together, you're going to fold that up. Press it down nice and hard. And once you've folded it up, what you're going to do is fold this bottom section in half back on itself. Now, as I say, with this origami fold, it doesn't need to be perfect. But if you find that his legs aren't quite sitting the way that you want them to, you can go back, just like I have, fold it back up again, and that looks better now. And then I'm going to fold it in half, back down that way. And I am using quite a bit of pressure to get that to fold down. And that, when you open it up again, should be a complete jumping frog. Jump him that way, and he jumps out of the frame. As I say, we'll provide googly eyes for you, as we've done on these ones. Instructions will be in your activity book as a visual instruction, and we will post this video and the visual instructions on our blog, and we'll put the address for that at the end of the video. Hope you've enjoyed our origami session this week. We'll see you again soon. Bye.